Hi, this is Tammy. How are you? A couple adventures, creative life coaching, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. Who am I? I want to give you a little bit more of an idea of what you're getting into with me. I'm very passionate about bringing out that hidden gem of creativity that's in each and every one of us. Even those of us who think they aren't creative are. I've told you before, my creativity was buried for a long time. I get it, I do. It's easy to pretend that your creativity isn't important, that it's non existent, that what you do right now completes you. Are you being completely honest with yourself? I know for the longest time, I sure as hell wasn't. I did everything but. I went to school, I went to work, I raised my family, I took care of my kids. I did everything, started businesses, I exercised, I let life drag me along. And as I went along, I became more and more despondent, more and more aware of the fact that I wasn't happy, that I wasn't living life the way that I wanted. I was hiding my creative side. Sure, I expressed it occasionally, but not fully. So it's funny sometimes how life happens and bam, an epiphany, a light bulb, an aha moment, a light switch flicks in your brain, and suddenly you see everything for what it truly is, how things really are. You instantly decide. There's no questions, no talking yourself out of it, no looking back, no going back. And that happened to me back in May of 2009. And I remember it specifically because I can visualize it so perfectly in my brain. I was married, had been for 25 years. I had two kids. One married, moved out. One 15, still living at home. Had a grandchild. And I was I was playing with my grandson, and my husband was in the living room watching TV. And he was getting upset because we were making too much noise. And it was at that moment that I realized I wasn't going to remain there. I was not going to stay there. That was one of my light bulb moments. 2 months later, I was divorced. I was moving to a new state. I was nervous, excited, not sure of what I was doing, not sure of where I was going, but that didn't matter. I was finding myself again. And another light bulb moment that I had was the first time I got into Periscope. I was practicing for Global Meditation Scopes with Anita Wing Lee. And I had started my blog on life and travel, never even had anything to do with blogs. And I was trying my best to figure out how to do this blogging thing. I somehow found Anita and her meditations, and I found that my way of relaxing is to create. And so I started practicing my painting for the scope that I was going to do for global meditation. And when I first got onto Periscope, I was scared shitless. I was shaking so bad, I almost dropped my phone several times. And still, I continued. I realized once I kept at it that I loved video. I still don't do the selfie thing, don't like that at all. But being in front of the camera felt natural, comfortable. And I could get my point across a lot better than trying to type it. And so there goes another light switch. I figured, oh my God, I can use video to reconnect people with their creativity. I can help others who feel that they aren't creative or who, like me, forgot that they're creative. And I can accomplish this through videos and through programs. Woo-woo! I got this. I was so excited. And so that's what I've been doing. I've been creating videos, programs, stepping stones on the path of life, creative branches on that tree, or branches on that creative tree. Yeah, I think that's it. Branches on that creative tree. And I've been watching videos on how to be more professional, how to better reach your audience, how to, connect with your tribe, etc., etc., etc. And they're giving me all kinds of great suggestions on, what to wear, what kind of background or backdrop I need, what kinds of, all kinds of great information. Except these things aren't me. Don't get me wrong, I mean, I love to dress up, I love pretty things, I love all the extravagant accoutrement, but most of the time I'm comfortable in jeans and a t-shirt, or a simple dress. So I decided I'm going to do things a little bit differently. I'm going to be me. And so I have a question for you. Are you going to be impressed or intimidated by the fancy schmancy background scenery? you know, let's be honest here. If we're going to work together and you're going to be going through the programs, are you going to be paying attention to what I can help you with, or are you going to focus on my fancy duds? I would like to think that, you know, we'd be focusing on what you want to work on. And some days I'll dress up. You'll get the fancy. I know I told you I like to get dressed up, and so sometimes for no reason at all. Most of the time, you're going to get the comfortable me. You're going to get the tank top or the t-shirt. And I hope that's all right. But you will, either way, just know you will always get the best of me. You will always get what you need from me. So, apparently that's my favorite way to start a thought. This is what I'm going to do. I'm reaching out. I'm connecting. I'm going to be changing lives. And guess what? Believe it or not, you can do the same thing. You can decide to allow for that light bulb, that epiphany, that switch to flick. I do believe you have to allow it, and you just have to be open to the change. So let me know what your thoughts are on this. If you've had any light bulb moments, let me know in the comments below. If you have any thoughts on the videos, please, of course, tell me what you think in the comments below. If you decided to make a change in your life, then start one of the programs. And always remember, if you want to start living a creative, adventurous life, you need to start right now.